Oh, look at that, I'm live. Look at that, we're live. Let's have a little look there. Okay, let's try and put that comment in again. Hello, everybody. I got a question. See if I can put that into the comments. And maybe I can. There we are. Got the question up on the screen. So I got a little email in yesterday. A little story of somebody who's had their horse, and many years ago they'd had an accident on it because it was reary, and they'd spent several years working on it, got it much better, got it rideable, done plenty of hours riding, loaned the horse to somebody, and now the horse is all frightened and feral again, and partly because of this accident, and partly just because they've lost their confidence. They're also wondering if the horse doesn't load, so it's always been ridden to the new yards. So possibly the reason why the horse is now starting to not go out and to nap and to rear and to not want to go out and ride could be linked to that. It was quite a long email, so I've kind of condensed it down into this question that I've bobbed up onto the screen here. I loaned my horse to someone who made her frightened. Her training is regressed and she's wild again, which has put my confidence back 2 years ago. I had an accident on her and now I'm too nervous to enjoy her. I think she naps and rears and she thinks she's moving yards again. So that was my condensing of the problem. So from reading the email, I'll say good morning to everybody first. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hi, Chris. Hope you can all see the question, and the microphone's working. Hope everything's working. Hope you're all well. And we'll dive straight into this. So the first thing that struck me was, as I read this email, it was full of understandable frustration. You've been put back, anger. The person who'd loaned this horse hadn't looked after it, hadn't done a very good job, and now you've been put back. So there's anger and frustration there, disappointment, of course, and nerves. Nervous for the future, and of course nervous because of previous regressive memories of the horse rearing in the past. So above all, it struck me that there wasn't much joy in this situation, and I think that's where we need to start. So if there's no joy, let's start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. Horses are fun. We have them for fun. We have them for hobbies. We have them for fun. If you're not having fun on your horse, then somewhere along the line, what you expect from your horse and what you're getting from your horse are two different things, and that's what's going to cause the problem. If you buy a young horse, you will expect, your expectations will be limited to that. If it's a foal, your expectations will be very limited and are likely to be met. If the horse has regressed in this case and you're feeling frustrated, that shouldn't have happened, quite honestly. You should be able to trust the people who you loan your horse to, not to cause them problems. You should be able to ride your horse. You should be able to enjoy your horse. You should be able to go out without napping. You should be able to enjoy the years of benefit that you put into that horse to make it right, and you should be able to have fear-free riding, and all of those criteria have gone. But you know what should do? It should clear off, because the shoulds and the expectations are ruining your experience with your horse in this situation. yes, you're quite correct in that it's disappointing, but nonetheless, what we've got is what we've got. It's a bit like when you buy a horse and you get a bit of paper saying it's done badminton and it's won this and it's won that. To a certain extent, you've got to throw that bit of paper away and say, what have I got in front of me right now? If that makes sense. I'll have a quick cup of coffee. Hi, thank you for joining us. Hey, morning to everybody. So, Korea. The expectations are ruining this horse owner's experience with their horse. This is what you've got. This is what we've got to deal with. And the question is, do you enjoy training with horses or not? Now, if you've got a horse like you've got, and maybe you go, oh my God, I've done years and years of training. I don't want to do that again. That's totally understandable. It's totally fine. If you don't want to do that again, if you don't enjoy that with that horse, pass that horse on to somebody who does enjoy that. But you must enjoy the journey. You must enjoy the journey. It's not a question of giving up on the horse if you don't enjoy what you're doing with the horse. You need to get the round peg into the round hole and the square peg into the square hole. You may be past going through that process again of developing the horse, or you may actually enjoy that process. Maybe you enjoyed it the first time round and now the horse has regressed and your shattered expectations are ruining the possibility of starting again, building up with your horse here. And you're not starting again. You're not starting again because you've already had that development before. So if you decide that you do enjoy it and you can put your expectations of what should have happened and that anger and that frustration, put that into those life lessons. And here we are with a horse, and we're going to come up with a program of things we can do to build this horse's confidence, to get over this napping without putting myself in danger. And here's where I go to one of my favorite subjects, which is long reining. So I've lost my confidence on my horse. The horse has lost confidence in me. We've got into a bit of a tiz. Let's change it up completely. Instead of repeatedly getting on the horse, going up to the gate and then trying to force the horse through it, then the horse threatens to rear, then I want to get off, and all that fight. Let's just start again, and we'll just do long reining for a bit. Get the horse's trust in you. Maybe set up a few obstacles in bite sizes that the horse can deal with and you can deal with. Going out in different conditions. Finding that relationship between human says, horse does, rewards come. That's what we want. The rewards could be pets and scratches, or they could be treats, or they could just be good times. You could have a really good time doing lots of non-ridden activities while you get your relationship back with your horse, and it won't be the length of time that it was when you first got your 2-year-old and started training it, because your horse has been there before. So I think that if you drop your expectations of what should happen, got any expectations of what people around you might be thinking that you should do, and especially if they're helping, saying you should do this and you should do that. At the end of the day, we're humans. We've got a big brain, and that's the only advantage that we've got. They're bigger than us, stronger than us, taller than us, faster than us. Everything that a horse wins, except for we've got a brain. So we can work out a program of things that not only, in fact, it won't get you back to where you were. The where you're going is where you were plus, plus, plus. You can't go back to where you were, even though the horse has taken a backward step. You can only go on from this backward step into something that's even more rich, more diverse, because you've done it before. So drop your expectations, and then you can come up with a set of sensible, interesting, developing, enjoyable exercises that you can easily complete with long reining so that you don't get scared. Build that bridge, and when you get onto riding, just take it in little bite sizes, master each step. Don't look at the top of the mountain, oh, I want to be doing this, that, or the other that I used to do. Just go to the next step, but above all, enjoy the process. If you can drop your expectations and enjoy the process, it'll take no time at all. As soon as you stop looking for the time, how long is this going to take? It's going to take as long as it takes. And if you're enjoying yourself, the longer it takes, the better. You are that your horse has gone backwards. Hope that made sense. I'm just going to say hello to the comments. Just excuse me looking down from the camera there. Hi everybody, if you've got a comment, if you've got a question, if anything there didn't make sense or did make sense or rang a bell, or you've got some sort of contribution to give of experiences that you've witnessed, or any additions on exercises that we might do, then bob them in the comments. If you've got any questions, bob those in the comments and I'll see if I can get to them next time. Thanks for listening. How do we end this?